morning, everybody, and happy Sunday fun day. July 10th, 2022, and I'm in Mornings with Jesus. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. Matthew 6, verse 1. My desire to appear like a good girl was deeply rooted in my childhood. I'm not sure if it was my traditional Italian upbringing or my desperate desire for approval, but it was ingrained. As a child, I'd help my teachers at every turn, eager for the accolades. I had almost fastidious manners and soaked up compliments from my parents' friends. Even after becoming a Christian, the habit persisted for a long time. I wanted people at church to know how much I volunteered. Many times I'd say yes to requests for help solely for that reason, never thinking to ask Jesus if that's what he wanted me to do. Eventually, I burned out on serving in ways Jesus hadn't called me or equipped me to do. Ironically, I became anything but people-pleasing as I grew resentful or dropped commitments after overdoing it. Today's verse tells me that if I do good deeds solely for human praise, I won't get any credit from God. Sounds harsh, but the point is that if I'm not doing it out of loving gratitude to God and by his strength, then it's really all about me. I've learned to ask Jesus what he wants me to do and wait for an answer. I can then serve him and enjoy the enduring rewards of helping others with no strings attached. Isabella Compolatora, something like that. Great devotion. Thank you for that. Now for the faith step. Next time you have an opportunity to do a good deed, consult Jesus first and then try doing it without telling anyone at all. That's a great idea. But in today's darkened world, I've seen where people have watched others and followed suit. So you could be telling them to teach them how they can do it as well. There are ways to do it that are teaching, not doing it for the pat on the back. I don't tell people what I do because I want a pat on the back. I'm not living for me. I'm living for him. I gave up my life back in 2019. So everything I do is not for me. So when I share what I'm doing, it's all for him. Everything. I don't need a pat on the back from anyone. If he gives me one, reprimands me, whatever, that's between me and him. So it's really difficult for me when I understand that is what was written in the Bible. But when you're teaching people how to do these things, you have to show them in a positive light what works and what is receptive to others. I guess that's the easiest way for me to describe my mission. I've always been a teacher. That's just something that's been a gift for me. I've been able to teach people things that they don't understand. And even things that I don't understand, I learn it so that I can be intelligent and share what knowledge that I have obtained and say, you know what, do your own homework. But this is what I've found in my own research, personal research. Again, just like doing good deeds. If you sharing your good deed starts this chain of people wanting to do good deeds across the board, how can that be a bad thing? It's all about love. And if you're doing it out of love, for somebody like me, I read the Bible and I dissect it. And I'm like, this is what he says. However, within that, there's so many things that you can say, okay, this is exactly what he's saying. But within that sentence, it's all about interpretation. And everybody interprets what they read differently because it affects each person's life differently. That's why this is the living word. Just saying. If you rely on what's in here and use it as your manual in life, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. People will tell you you're doing it wrong. You rely on your manual and your conversations with God. You have to form that bond with Him so you can understand it at the level of understanding that you compute at. Everybody has different levels of understanding. You need to understand this in your mind. And if you need people to help you understand it, then reach out to them. There's tons of us out here that would love to help you understand it better. Ask questions. Seek answers. It's the only way you're going to learn about Him. So, that's what I want to add to this devotion this morning. And I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I have more coming up. Love to all bunches and bunches. Bye.